Hey everybody, Anissa here. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, if you're a returning subscriber, it's good to hang out with you again because we're about to do some glam fun today and play in makeup. So if you like tutorials, this is a tutorial. So grab a snack if you need one right now. Or if you like other beauty content, I'm going to invite you to also subscribe to my channel after you get your snack or before, so you can hang out with me a little bit more, and I hope you enjoy today's video. So today I'm doing this bronzed bombshell makeup for summer. It's something a little bit more in the smoky spectrum, so it's really good for a girl's night out, a date night, or if you're like me and you will wear a smoky eye during the day and you just want to be bronzy and smoky eye and all that, this tutorial is for you. For today's bombshell glam, I'm digging into my Morphe Bronze Goals palette. Again, if you have it and you see my review on it, thank you so much. If you don't have it, these colors I have are really easy to find in other palettes, so I'll also link some similar options down below for you. So I hope you have your snack and I hope you're ready to glam because it's time to start this makeup right now. Alright, so I'm priming my eyelids right now with my favorite primer from NYX. You can use any primer you would like, but make sure you secure your future look with some primer. I'm just blending it down with my finger, just really easy and simple. Nothing too crazy here. Now I'm going with my ColourPop concealer. I'm using shade number 40. I'm going to start to pop that underneath my eye. And then I'm also dabbing it onto my eyelid a little bit. And this helps because your transition color will go into a skin tone versus something off, like the color of the primer. I'll just blend out that concealer a little bit with my fingertips, and plus my body heat will help with that. I'm just going to use my MAC powder to set everything into place before applying my eyeshadow. Now that my brows are done, I'm ready to get into my Bronze Goals palette. That is literally like my mood whenever I get into it. So we're gonna go ahead and pop a little brow bone highlight with Glare and Glow On. I'm mixing the two and just using a fluffy blending brush to just smack that little baby on. And when I really want it to pop, I'll go in with the E36 brush right in my arch with the same color. Now I'm going to define my crease and start with the highest part of my transition color, which will be in the shade Sandy on a Morphe M441 brush. And this is the start of the transition, so I'm just loosely using windshield wiper motions to blend that out. Next, I'm grabbing a Morphe M433 brush and going into my crease with Deserted and Naked. I cannot say those. But as you see, I'm going right in the crease with Deserted first. And I'm blending that again down towards the lid so that transition is flawless. And then I will go over it with the color Naked just to deepen it up a little bit more. And this helps because you can layer it to the intensity that you like. And the next step, I'm grabbing a Morphe E17 brush. I'm going to be working with the color Tan Line and Heat Wave in the outer V. Now with this brush, you're just going to apply in stippling motion to define the outer V on your lid and add the depth there. And again, you just go back in with the blending brush. You can use the same one from before to blend it out and into the crease area. And I'll go back in with Heat Wave since that's the deeper color and layer that next. So first we'll do Tan Up and then Heat Wave. Use the same packing motion into the outer V as we did with the first color. And I'll just use little circular motions to blend that out. So again, I'm just stippling it in. And then using circular motions to blend it out and into the outer V. Now I'm going to smudge on the lash line the color Equator and Deepened. Starting with Equator, I'm just using just a smudge brush and running it as close to the lash line as possible. And then I'm grabbing Deepened and going more tightly along the lash line with this color, again just smudging it. This just adds really easy depth that you usually get with a liner, but it's going to smoke it out a lot more when you do it this way. And just take your time smudging along and building up that intensity. Now it's time to bronze up that lid with a flat shader brush in the shade 101 Degrees. I'm just layering that on the center portion of the lid to start and packing it on just with that flat shader brush. And as you see, when you run it over those colors on the lash line, it just gives it a little extra depth that you would not get without that step. Now we're going in with Tantalize, and we're going to use the same flat shader brush, but we're going to pack that shade going towards the outer V. So we're just applying bronzy shades over those more matte shades. And again, you'll have the depth that you want in this look and also a really beautiful bronze transition on your lid. And as you see, I kind of run it over so those two colors will blend seamlessly. Going back in with the same blending brush, I will just blend out the edges of those two shades into the crease as well. And I will go back in and like pack in a little bit more shadow color between Tantalize and 100 Degrees with my finger for more intensity. And here I'm just going back in again, adding a little bit more intensity with the flat shader brush as I would like. Now going with a Morphe M330 brush, this is a tapered blending brush. I'm going to just do the final blending on this look. This is clean, it's precise, and it will blend what you have already on the lid without blowing out the look that some domed blending brushes can do. So I love this brush for those final details. Now I'm just going on the lower lash line and smudging the same colors that we used on the main look along that, connecting the two. And just a reminder, that was tan up that I smudged on first and deep in after. Now I'm just going with my NARS 15 brush and blending it out. You just want a thin tapered blending brush to do this step. You do not have to have the same one, but that shape is really important. I'm just going back with the Morphe E17 brush and packing in some intensity with the shade Tan Up that I kind of lost when we added our more bronzy shades. Now I'm using a Morphe E22 brush, clean, and just to blend out those outer V colors. Again, this dome shape will help it keep the precision without blowing out the look. Now grabbing my NYX Wonder pencil, I'm going to run that on my waterline. It brightens it up. I really like this one because it's flesh tone, it's not harsh, and it can soften a smoky eye look. Now going in with my liquid eyeliner from NYX, I'm going to make a very thin line just to define the lash line area before putting on some falsies. This little brush is so thin and precise. I love it, love it, love it, and it's perfect for this step because I do not like a very thick wing when I'm doing a smoky look. I just want something to help me blend in my falsies. And here I'm using, I believe, the Mie Cosmetics lashes. Just anything wispy will do. I just grab these because these are perfect to complete this look. And then I'll go back in with my liner and blend out those tips. Okay, now grabbing my Morphe E36 brush. This is my favorite step. I'm just taking those colors I used as a highlight, glare, and glow on and popping it into the inner corner just so, again, you get a little more definition, and this will bring a really great focal point to your look. So I'm going in my Cocoa Naughty from Fenty Beauty. I'm going to start adding some bronzer to the face. I already did my concealer and foundation before this. I'm just going to start defining out the jawline, the cheekbones, my forehead, everything where I like to apply bronzer. I love bronzer, but not more than highlight, I think. So now it's time to go in with a powder. You can use any that you would like. I'm using MAC, and I'm just using a face brush to blend out the powder and hide any lines of demarcation and make it a very seamless face. And then going in with a spray, I'm using Makeup Revolution Hyaluronic Acid Face Setting Spray. And this is just to bring some life back to the foundation, not let it be too powdery, too matte, just give it a little bit more life. And going in with a makeup sponge, and again, just blending, blending, blending. I'm going in with the Nightingale blush from Becca Cosmetics and just popping that onto the apples of my cheek. You know, summer, you really want a good glow to the skin, and a blush is a great way to enhance your face. So now it's time for some highlighter from Angelic Beauty. I'm using the shade The World Is Yours. This loose pigment is perfect because you can use it so many ways. And we're going with a Morphe M501 brush and hitting up the high points of our face. So of course the cheekbones. You cannot live without some highlighter on the cheekbones, a little on the nose, and right above the brow bone, just to bring that light to the face where you want it. And I like to just dust it in these points with a very light hand. You can always add more. It's really hard to dull it down once you have that product on your face. So again, just use your fingers along with that brush, and you can help that melt into the skin really flawlessly. Now I'm going into my Glowgasm palette from Charlotte Tilbury. This one has been like the finisher of all my looks all summer. I'm just pouncing my blush brush back and forth in between those two cheek colors and going over everything with it. Again, it just makes everything seamless. It gives it a good glow, and I even dusted on my forehead a little bit too, just to add a little more color. And going in with a fan brush and going to the highlighter of the palette, I'm going to make my highlighter a little extra because I like some extra highlighter, and layering that over my highlighter that I have. You can skip this if you want. I'm just extra, you guys, so bear with me. And this is like my secret step, is always using a beauty sponge and helping your highlighter melt into your skin. Now we're gonna highlight our décolletage. So I like to just get everything prepped by using just my face powder. That way my face matches my neck. And then I'm using a body oil as well, just again to give my skin a good healthy glow, and working that into my skin. I like these kind of dry oils that don't have heavy residue. It just gives your skin a little nice glisten and very weightless. Adding in my Cocoa Naughty bronzer, I'm just going to add a little more definition to my collarbone. I really like accentuating that, and then using that also on my neckline to blend. Now, everything here you can go without, but honestly, when your shoulders are out and your chest is out, I really like to give it a little enhancement too during the summertime. So, I mean, I wouldn't skip the step, but you know. Now we're going back in with the World Is Yours highlighter along those high points of my collarbone and my shoulders. Matching it exactly to the face, and then using a fan brush to blend that out as well. And going back in with the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter from the Glowgasm palette and giving it the little extra oomph. Your girl cannot live without a good shoulder highlight. Honestly, truly. Okay, so I'm going to line my lips entirely with MAC's Chestnut Liner. I use this all the time because it provides a really rich, deep lip line that can blend into a multitude of lip colors. So if you don't have this, I don't know why you don't have this, but I promise you will love this lip liner. Now that everything is lined, I'm gonna go in, and I actually kind of messed up my lips, but I'll tell you. So at first I'm using the Kylie Velvet Lip in Savage, and honestly, I just didn't like the way it initially looked. It was a little too much in a way. So I just blotted that off, as much excess as I could get. I didn't want to take everything off. And I went back over with the ColourPop and Isla Sarahi collab in Dulcet. So it kind of just gave it a little bit more of a terracotta look. And again, I'm just running it even over that liner. I really want to blend it out, and I use my finger to blend out these shades as well and melt them together. And if I feel like I lost a little definition, I'll always kind of go back in and sneak a little liner in like the corners of the lips, but just very lightly. And then I'll blend that out again with my finger. And I'm going in to top it off with a lip gloss. This shade is Glass Lip, again from ColourPop and the I Love Sarahi collab. Any little kind of golden nude lip gloss is a perfect topper for a lip combo like this, but I've been really into glossy lips lately. And here is how this entire bronzed bombshell look came together. So easy to pull off, I promise. It's like a easy go-to look once you get the techniques down. So we are done with this complete look. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about it, or you want to just say hey, jump into the comments down below. Don't forget to please give this video a thumbs up. I really feel like I'm about to play in a lot of makeup this year because that's just where my heart's at. So I can't wait to hang out with you all again, but I can only do that if you do one thing: hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll also have other ways to connect with me down in the description box. I will have a summer beauty ebook launching towards the end of the month, so I want you to get on that list so you can get it first and hear from me exclusively. Other than that, I will catch you in the next video where we'll hang out and have some glam fun again. In the meantime, stay blessed, stay happy, stay positive. Love you so much. Bye. I don't know what that was. Bye.